I don't know if I actually got this swirl there. Whatever, doesn't matter. 1, 2, 3, and then scales back. 1, 2, 3. Well, hello there. It's a time for Sethos. So this character, I originally wasn't planning on actually level 90ing him for this video, but I ended up enjoying him a lot more than I thought, and that's because I actually didn't realize he had more playstyle options than he seems like he has. So one is his charge attack playstyle, where he has this passive where he can get reduced speed charge attacks, and his charge attacks have EM scaling and attack scaling on them, which basically just means you're going to build him more for EM. So basically he can consume 20 energy and get a very quick charge shot, like blam, right? And that charge shot also pierces enemies, which is nice because, you know, that piercing enemies is AoE damage. AoE damage means more damage. Also, his shot going in a straight line means you can probably snipe birds better. So with this passive, right, he consumes 20 energy to be able to do this shot, and with a 60 burst cost, that means you can do 3 of those shots with a full burst. You can actually do more, though, when you use a skill, because a skill directly refunds energy on top of the particles you get from it. Plus, you know, you have, like, particles from fischl generating energy, which means it's pretty easy to do 4 charge attacks in a normal rotation if you're doing his charge attack playstyle, which isn't that many, to be completely honest. And that was why, you know, I and many other people in the Genshin community thought that his burst playstyle was going to be better. And his burst playstyle is kind of interesting in that it, instead of doing charge attacks, he has the same piercing shots and it counts as charge attack damage, so you build them the same. But he adds some additional EM scaling on his normal attacks. So let me see if I can do this right. I'll do his burst, and then doot, and I'm walking forward to be able to try to walk cancel. And from what I've seen, if you do this properly, you should be able to get 7 sequences of clicking normal attack twice. You need to animation cancel before he does this animation right there, because that's a really long animation. You're just going to lose a lot of damage. And you do the animation cancel on him just by walking a little bit. I love his voice actor, by the way. He acts so dramatic when he gets hit, and then when he uses skill. This is based. I think he says need some space, but I swear it says this is based. So yeah, his burst playstyle was interesting, and that's what I thought I was originally going to like the most. But he sneakily has 2 other playstyles. The last one is the one I'm going to focus on for most of this video. In case you didn't read this whole passive, it has this little thing on the end where if you do a charge attack level 1 shot, it consumes half the energy. So instead of consuming 20 energy for his fully powered shot, you can actually release this charge attack earlier and only consume 10 energy, which means you could get, you know, 6 level 1 charge shots out with a full burst like he has right now instead of 3 level 2 charge shots. Level 1 is just attack scaling. That could be desirable just for the purpose of, like, triggering more aggravates, right? Trigger more aggravates for more fischl damage. Level 1 charge shots are pretty hard to do, though, because you have to... This animation, right, is really, really fast. As soon as you start seeing the spiral galaxy, that's the level 2 charge shot. So let me see if I can do some level 1 charge shots here. You have to fire before the level 2 charge shot finishes charging up, which is like, I have no idea how many frames it is. It's probably not that hard if you really practice it, but it's not my preference for playing the game, but it's an interesting option. There we go. That was a level 1. That was level 2. There we go. Okay, yeah, so energy gone. So I screwed up there, obviously. I did not get 6 level 1 charge shots out, but I got a couple out. And yeah, that's an interesting option as well, and has some room for skill optimization if that's your thing. But the third playstyle, and this is the one I think is the most fun, and this is how I would honestly recommend most people play him, I feel like, because, you know, realistically, he's not like he's the most amazing Electro DPS in the game. He's not gonna change your world or anything. I'm gonna go switch him to Fabbo here. See if we can demonstrate this without killing all these. Alright. Blam. So, watch. 1, 2, 3. Did you count how many charge attacks I got there? So I'm not going to claim that I am the only one to have had this idea, right? I'm going to put him back on a slingshot build for now. So, Sethos has an interesting relationship with energy recharge, basically. So you can see this is 200 ER. That's far more ER than most people have been saying you should build on him. So generally speaking, all that energy recharge matters for is meeting a breakpoint, right? Meeting an exact threshold for a specific team that is enough energy recharge for Baiju in this case, right? To meet his 80 energy cost so that within his 20-second cooldown, he can use his burst again. That's what energy recharge normally does for most characters in this game, right? Sethos' relationship to ER is a little bit weirder, right? Because Sethos doesn't have any cooldown on his ability to shoot these shots. He just needs 20 energy to be able to do them, otherwise they go at molasses speed. So you have this situation where you can build extra ER on him to be able to keep up uptime on his charge shots. Part 2 of this, to make sure it actually feels really fluid so you can immediately get 6 charge attacks without having to really worry about things, is 4-piece Thundering Fury. Alright, I'm going to remove this artifact for a second. So now he does not have 4-piece Thundering Fury. He does not have the cooldown reduction on his skill. Let me go find some enemies quick. And then use his skill. Do 1, do 2, do 3. And you notice his skill cooldown, there was still like 3 seconds left on it. You can do a normally Wanderer's Troop build or a Martial Hunter's build with Farina on Sethos and, you know, and build this extra ER to be able to get more charge attacks out on him and reach like higher personal damage numbers, but it's not going to feel as good. Being able to have that cooldown reduction is the difference between you being able to do this, and then exit aiming, use his skill immediately again, and then be able to get 3 charge shots immediately again. Like, Thundering Fury just makes him feel properly good as like an on-field main DPS, is basically what it is, in conjunction with building a little bit extra energy. So let me re-equip this Thundering Fury piece there. Also, I should remove this just because this is actually making his ERB artificially inflated. Alright, so here is Sethos build with 4-piece Thundering Fury with Slingshot, but built with extra energy, right? So he has 72 crit rate, 172 crit damage, and he has like 87 crit rate with his C1, and 184 ER. Alright, so I'm going to fight the Dorito here to show that this sequence with this team does work properly, and there are different team variations. You don't have to use this specific team. Kirara's on a shield build. I am using Key of Kasha's suit. Against the Dorito here, this passive shouldn't trigger, but in multiple rotations it will trigger. I rarely use this weapon, so sue me, I'm gonna utilize it. It'll buff him a little bit. And I do have a very good 4-piece Golden Troop official build. But the thing to pay attention to here is the fact that this is like a normal Slingshot build just on Thundering Fury with 184 ER. Is, from what I can tell, enough to easily and consistently get 6 charge attacks out. Alright, swirl. Don't get hit by him. Why did he go? Really? Okay, I don't understand why this dude sometimes immediately goes invisible. Alright, he's in his down phase. I'm gonna do that. I don't know if I actually got this swirl there. Whatever, doesn't matter. 1, 2, 3, and then scales back. 1, 2, 3. Right. Let's go over the individual artifacts. So I have definitely pretty good artifacts with a little bit of ER bias. I probably don't even necessarily need as much ER as I have, but like an ER timepiece did feel necessary when I was using a crit weapon like Slingshot. And have this Electro Goblet and then a pretty decent circlet. And yeah, it results in this build with you know 1071 attack, 248 EM. And most of his damage is EM scaling and just, you know, damage bonus, crit damage, and he get damage, right? This playstyle, build a little bit more energy on him, let you get 6 charge attacks out, let you spend more time on field with him, makes the rotations feel better, in my experience, and he triggers more officials, and that's more energy, and that, like, I think it just makes sense to do this style of build. Like, this playstyle that I stumbled upon is, I think, the way to go. It's how I've been enjoying him the most. But ultimately, you know, Sethos is a really cool character for having all these modes of different things you can do with him. And I think that's what makes him a super fun character and worth considering leveling up. He is by no means necessary. He's not an account changer. He's not going to carry team performance on his own. But, I don't know. I think he has very, very fun mechanics. I originally thought that Fab Bow was going to be the way to go with this kind of build. And you can do Fab Bow still. So build like this, and then instead of an ER timepiece, right, I just switch to my EM timepiece here, right? And then I would need to, of course, a crit rate circlet, so something like that. And now he has 434 EM, less crit rate, less crit damage, you know, similar ER situation, except for Fab Bow for triggering the Fab particles should mean his ER needs are actually even less, so I also don't even need to do whatever this piece is, right? I could switch to this artifact. But this should be enough ER for a Fab build, right? Ultimately, what weapon you would choose as far as like Fab versus Slingshot would just be dependent on your artifacts. For me, I can definitely get a better build, I think, going with Slingshot or Hunter's Path. But, you know, if you don't have the artifact flexibility, the easiest way to achieve this build, the same experience, is going to be with Fab Bow. And higher refinements are nice for more consistent triggering of the Fab particles. Show you Fab Bow here quick. 1, 2, 3. Obviously a little bit less damage. 2, 3. And yeah. So yeah, Fab is just interesting for... Well, he's dead. Fab is interesting for the fact that you can keep on getting the Fab particles. Makes you could just keep on going as long as you want, essentially. But you don't actually really need to go as long as you want, right? So like Fab is not necessary. It's just kind of fun. If you want to keep up Quicken, you know, keep up your aggravates for Sethos' damage and Fischl's damage, you have to swap to Kirara. So like it doesn't actually have much advantage in my case with this team to do more than 6 charge attacks out. But this playstyle, especially with Fab, but just in general, building extra ER on him allows him to kind of get almost as many charge attacks as you want, right? Which it's a very big difference from how most people were thinking about using him, right? Notably, Fab enables him to start getting these back, his charge attacks constantly, without having to use Fischl, which might be nice to you. I still highly recommend Fischl as a teammate, but it does give you more flexibility with just being able to use him passingly in Overworld to just deal decent damage just by doing things like smacking things with your cat, and then, you know, doing his E, and then doing some charge attacks, right? Okie dokie, there we go. Back to the slingshot build. I'm going to put Kazuha back on Zyphos Moonlight just because I have it. I would just use Fab on my Kazuha, but I don't have enough crit rate to like consistently trigger Fab, so, you know, I'm going to stick to Zyphos Moonlight. You definitely do want to burst with Kazuha in this team, in like an Abyss context in particular, because Kazuha's burst can trigger a lot of reactions and get meaningful damage, so do recommend. As far as other options for teammates, I think the most other compelling option for a Dendro teammate is actually Baiju versus Kirara, and the reason for that is I just want some amount of interruption resistance. That's why Kirara was there. It was the first time I'd ever actually used this lady as a shielder instead of a DPS. Him being interrupted, it feels kind of bad. He of course can't move when he's in this aiming mode, unless you dash out of it, which just makes him feel a little bit more awkward. Baiju over Kirara would have the benefit of off-field Dendro application and coughing on top of, you know, healing. So Kirara, of course, if an enemy gets through Kirara's shield and damages Sethos, that's just damage you take permanently, whereas Baiju can actually heal your team to full, which is nice. And if you do have Baiju, I think another compelling option instead of Kazuha is Furina. Has the advantage of bringing in some additional bloom damage, hyper bloom damage into the mix, and I think that's kind of fun. You could also theoretically build Marshase Hunters on Sethos if you prefer that over the like fluid uptime with his skill on Thundering Fury like I'm doing. Alright, don't suck my energy. Alright. No, they suck my energy. God dang it. Okay, whatever. It's fine. It's fine. Alright. Let's do that. I probably should do Fischl before Baiju, honestly, but it's fine. Alright, I'm backing myself into a corner, but blam. You can see we're triggering hyper blooms and getting frozen and getting... Okay. If you play this game, try not to get backed into a corner. Alright. I didn't even get 6 charge attacks out there because things died. I blam, and then do another skill. I'm gonna run over here. Like, the fluidness with which you can like just get consistent charge attacks out is great. Baiju kind of seems like his cooldowns, and I apparently don't have enough energy. Baiju kind of feels like his cooldowns don't line up perfectly, I would say, with Sethos. So I think I honestly like Kirara more, but Kirara is also definitely worse in multi-target because her Dendro application is just limited with her skill most of the time. 1, blam, blam. Alright, I don't think I triggered Thundering Fury once. I think they didn't have Dendro on them for whatever reason, because, you know, Baiju's application ain't perfect. So, you know, I shouldn't be doing extra charge attacks here. I should be, like, restarting the rotation, but, I don't know, good example, like, you have some bloom cards available, you can just, you know, continue doing charge shots, because you have extra energy. Chances are, the more EM you have on Sethos, the more valuable this playstyle might be. I'm gonna switch back to the cat and Kazuha, though. Kazuha can be replaced with Sucrose, by the way, and you can do, you know, a full 4-star variation of this team. In my live stream, I did test this team at one point. It feels pretty similar to Kazuha as far as damage performance goes. The main difference is losing, you know, the grouping from Kazuha in situations where that's relevant, such as, you know, this challenge here. Gonna let him suck my energy again. Good job, me. Good job. But, especially if we use Kazuha's burst here, Be able to see, we get some pretty significant damage just from Kazuo alone, right? Yeah, things are already dead. I'm gonna try to group them again. Wham. You can use Kirara Burst, of course, to get extra application out in AoE, which is nice. All right, blam. 1, 2, 3, 1. Don't steal my. Okay, well, you know, not exactly the greatest enemies to fight. Now that I think about it, considering they, you know, steal the energy I need to shoot my things. But you know what? It's fine. They're murdered. So yeah, Sethos was getting electrocuted to death there. It's fine. So last thing to do, of course, is to take Sethos to the Abyss and see how we do here. Do let me know how you are playing and enjoying Sethos in the comments, by the way. There are plenty of other teams that I plan on messing around with, like using Sethos more as like quick swap, because you can just, you know, do 3 charge attacks on him and use him kind of like Tignaria, right, as a really short field time unit. So there's definitely other ideas to be had for doing Sethos in different ways. This is just more the on-fielding him as long as possible kind of playstyle, right? But still not that long, because it's still very quick swappy, right? I don't know. It's very interesting. All right, we're going to take the team, I think, to the first side, because the Magu Kenkis have some opportunity for taking advantage of Sethos' AoE damage, I think. And then Capellius will be interesting with its shield. We'll see how it goes, since we're not using Pyro. And then, yeah, we got that mess at the end. I know you're supposed to, like, run here, I believe, to... Okay, well, he still ran away. Didn't need to hold there. That was just a waste of time, but it's fine. 1, 2, over here. Oh boy, oh boy. Okay. Ow. We are gonna retry that. I'm also gonna just not bother with caring about anything in life. I forgot to Kazuo Burst. Also, I should have positioned better in the first half, where I was first thinking about where he was gonna land as his skill. Well, okay, good. Oh, I still had a shield. I didn't need to worry about that. All right. All right, I should definitely Kazuo Burst. Try to hit all 3. Ow. Oh my. Okay. He is still a squishy character. See, this is a circumstance where Baiju probably would feel better than Kirara. But honestly, like, the damage was not bad there, right? Like, I think that was 40 seconds. We had him pretty close to dead, and I just skill issue myself. Okay, shield gone. Gonna get some charge attacks out though. Oh god, oh god. I hate that he poops cryo everywhere. God dang it. So annoying. Over here, I guess. Take advantage of being a range unit. Run away by dying. Hey, I killed one this time. The Magu Kenkis are hard, okay? I don't mind these enemies in Abyss, honestly, because most of the time, it's honestly a skill issue. Like, yes, I'm saying I'm having a skill issue, right? Stay out of the range of the cryo attack this time. There we go. Okay, I think he still hit me. One annoying thing with him though, in that circumstance of trying to stay away, is okay. Do that. Do that. Is you want to be able to hit them with his skill to be able to get energy. I don't think his skill gets the direct energy refund or particles if you don't hit, right? So you need to still need to hug the buttholes. This is definitely kind of a moment of I wish Sethos were a 5-star, because he would have higher base HP and higher base defense. Oh my god, this stupid cryo is interfering with things now. Ugh. I didn't swirl Electro because of that. No, don't you kill me. Oh my god. Why? So annoying with their crap everywhere. Oh my god, okay. I died again. Well, I should probably switch to Baiju. Let's... no, I want to get through this with the cat, because I need to show more appreciation for Kirara in this video, and I'm gonna show that by being successful Kirara at the annoying enemies that do 5 billion damage. Let's just dodge. Okay. 1, 2. Ow! I didn't realize he was doing that attack because he was hidden. I hate these enemies so much. Oh. This is a perfect example why I think shielders are not very good is my polite way of saying it. No, don't. Okay, good. I had to lose so much damage though to dodge. Ugh, so annoying. Bot holes. Alright, they're lined up. No, he's being annoying. No. Okay, I have ungrouped them too. Good job, me. I am not triggering any aggravates on them. Hey, one's dead though. Oh my god, okay. Like, I have played this round much more cautious, but as you can see, they're not... Well, okay, 2 of them are dead. Okay, please just, like, die. See, in a single target situation, we're more than fine. And I probably have a strong enough team on this side that it won't be a problem. See, no problem. Alright. Let's see how this goes. Yeah, the shield is gonna be, interesting. Official can, I hate everything. The official can be able to carry us through some things, but, you know, it's not the ideal abyss, I'd say, in general, for this character. I don't have Numa or Oja to take care of his shield, of course. Nice 60k there. Bam. That's satisfying. Nice. There we go. Not bad at all. After I got through the shielding phase. Alright, there's what I was talking about with using Kirara's skill to hit both. Let's make sure we hit both of these dudes. Oh, of course we didn't kill him before. That's fine. Do this. Let's switch to the right character game. Just me being bad there a little bit. Definitely could have, definitely could have played that a little bit better. Oh, and now we got a new phase. 2, 3. Like it really flew. Oh boy. Oh my. What I was trying to say there was that, like, this team manages to really fluidly switch between different, like, rotations or different, like, enemies spawning, which I think is really cool. It makes it really satisfying, I think. So you can just, you know, kind of freely swap out because you're not, like, tied to cooldowns, right? You're just tied to what Sethos' energy state is. So you can just kind of dynamically adjust to situations as need be, which includes, you know, freely being able to swap to Kirara to, like, reset the Quicken Aura, right? So there's a lot of, I think, misplays I'm making here in general that could probably be optimized down, which is, I think, for me, it's a sign of a team that's enjoyable to play in the long term, right? Like, this is just, oh my god, don't die to the same enemy again. This is just me, you know, to an extent having issues because it's a team and a character I'm new to using, right? I love that I can get 60k hits on with a 3-star weapon. Just, he feels so good to play when he has this uptime on his stuff, and now I'm not thinking, but, you know, no. I hate that move. I hate that move. Stop it. Stop. Okay. I guess I could have just re-shielded with Kirara there and been fine. So, you know, whatever. Don't worry about it. I'm just gonna kill him. I don't think I had VV going for like half of that, but, you know, like I was saying, I was misplaying, but it still works pretty well and it feels good to play, and there's a lot of room for skill expression. Cosmo might not be the ideal teammate there in all situations, I imagine, but he's still really nice for a lot of stuff. Alrighty, real quick, I want to try the Baiju Farina team option, because I think this is another interesting context, of course, to use Sethos in, and we'll see how much Baiju feels better, right? Also, it might feel better just to have, like, the bloom damage going here, too. Still obviously hitting, like, 50k, right? So, this team is probably the stronger variation. Oh, good god. This team is probably the stronger team variation, I'm guessing. realistically. This is the first time I'm using it against the Kenkis, to be clear. And I can already... Oh god. I can already feel like it's doing better. Yeah, yep. That was definitely better. I think that's just an aspect of, you know, the diversifying the damage to adding the bloom damage, right? Diversifying the damage a little bit helps not insignificantly. And notably, you know, being able to also have off-field Dendro, I don't have to switch to Kirara to make sure I get things. I don't have to re-swirl with Kazuha, right? So like this is probably an easier team to play and a bit more comfortable in more situations is probably how I just describe it. But I also think there's a lot more skill optimization to be had in the other team variation. But, you know, he has different team options, which is what's good. This is the way I am having the most fun playing with him right now, because it just, what it feels like in playing is that you have indefinite, you know, uptime just with some extra ER, and 4-piece Thundering Fury allows his skill cooldown to line up with when you're done with his charge attacks, and it just makes him feel really, really, really nice and fluid to play. That I kind of love this character. He do be a bit squished though, so, you know, obviously you saw me dying a lot against the Magu Kenkis with Kirara. I do really like Kirara for just overworld comfort, just being able to, you know, smack things, climb up walls, and then do some charge shots on Sethos, and yeah. I really like this build playstyle. Let me know if you try it in the comments. Let me know if you're trying a different way to play Sethos. Your mileage may vary, of course. For me, the dude's kind of perfect as far as how he feels to play, and I plan to use him for at least a while. Hope you enjoyed.